Hey there, what's up? Tired of spinning your wheels with English grammar? Feeling lost and frustrated when you try to put a sentence together? I know exactly how it is. We study, we try hard, but it always seems like something is missing, right? But what if I told you there's a secret behind all this difficulty? A way to unlock grammar and finally start speaking English with confidence? In this video, I'm going to show you how to master grammar once and for all and build clear and natural sentences. No more silly mistakes and insecurity. Get ready to discover the secrets that no one tells you and finally achieve the fluency you've always wanted. And if you want more tips and secrets to boost your English, you already know, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you don't miss anything. Here at Learn English Secrets, I'll show you the secrets for you to master English once and for all. Are you ready to finally unlock your English and feel confident communicating in any situation? So, let's go! Grammar and vocabulary. Today, we're going to unveil a secret that will greatly improve your English in a way you can't even imagine. The perfect union between grammar and vocabulary. It's like putting Romeo and Juliet together, or beans and rice. You know, they were made for each other. Many people see grammar as a seven-headed monster, something boring and complicated. And vocabulary, then? An endless list of words that never enter our heads. But what if I told you that you can learn both together in a light and fun way? It's like learning to cook. You don't just learn the recipe, but also the ingredients and how they combine to create a delicious dish. The big trick is that grammar and vocabulary are not enemies, quite the opposite. They are best friends, inseparable partners. When you learn a grammar rule, you need words to put it into practice, right? And when you learn a new word, you need to know how to use it in a sentence, what its function is. That's where grammar comes in. Imagine you're learning the verb to be. Great! You know it conjugates into am, is, and are. But so what? Alone, it doesn't say much. Now, if you combine it with an adjective, like happy, then things change. I am happy. Did you see how grammar and vocabulary came together to form a complete and meaningful sentence? And it doesn't stop there. Learning grammar and vocabulary together helps you build sentences with more fluency and naturalness. You start to understand how the words fit together, what the correct order is, which prepositions to use. It's like putting together a puzzle. Each piece has its place, and when you put them all together, the final image is perfect. And the best of all is that you can apply all of this in real everyday situations. You know that movie or series you love? Start paying attention to the phrases, the expressions that the characters use. Try to identify the grammar behind the words, how they combine to convey a message. You'll be surprised at how much you can learn. And for the learning to be even more effective, practice, practice, and practice. Review the grammar rules, create sentences with the new words, talk to natives, even if it's online. The more you use English, the more natural it will become for you. It's like riding a bike. At first, you feel a little insecure, but over time, you get the hang of it and don't even need to think to balance yourself. And believe me, this solid foundation in grammar and vocabulary is essential for you to achieve fluency. Over time, you'll start to think in English, to communicate more easily, to understand the nuances of the language. And then, my friend, the sky is the limit. You'll be able to travel, make friends, watch movies and series without subtitles, all with the greatest naturalness in the world. Parts of the sentence. Now, we're going to dive into the parts of the sentence. The little bricks that build any phrase, no matter how simple or complex it is. It's like knowing the ingredients of a cake before you start baking. Knowing what each one does helps you create a perfect recipe. Imagine you're building with Lego. Each piece has a different shape and function, right? Some are big and form the base. Others are small and give the details. It's the same with sentences. Each word has a fundamental role in constructing meaning. The main parts of the sentence are like the pillars of a house. Without them, nothing stands. They are nouns, names of people, places, things, verbs, actions, adjectives, qualities, and adverbs. How actions happen. Mastering these elements is the first step to building correct and meaningful sentences. The noun is like the protagonist of your sentence. It can be a person, I, you, he, she, it, a place, Brazil, Europe, Asia, an object, car, book, pencil, or even an idea, love, peace, freedom. It's who gives names to things, who defines what you're talking about. The verb is the action, the movement of your sentence. It says what the protagonist is doing, what is happening. It can be something simple like to be, to have, to do, or something more specific like to eat, to sleep, to dance. Without the verb, your sentence is lifeless, without action. The adjective is the decorator of your sentence. It describes the noun, gives more details about it. It can be a color, red, blue, green, a size, big, small, tall, a quality, beautiful, interesting, funny. With adjectives, you can create more vivid images in the minds of those who listen to you. And the adverb is the personalizer of the verb. It says how the action is happening, at what time, how often. It can be a mode, quickly, slowly, carefully, a time, now, yesterday, tomorrow, a place, here, there, everywhere. With adverbs, you can give more details about the action and make your sentence more complete. But it doesn't stop there. In addition to these main parts, there are other components that give a special touch to your sentence, such as pronouns, which replace nouns, prepositions, which link words, conjunctions, which unite sentences, and interjections, which express emotions. Each of them has its function and contributes to the clarity and fluency of your message. And the order of the words, that makes all the difference. In English, the most common order is subject, verb, object, SVO. That is, first you say who is doing the action, then the action itself, and last on whom or what the action is being done. But of course, there are variations and exceptions, depending on the type of sentence and the emphasis you want to give. To complete, understanding the parts of the sentence prepares you to explore the different verb tenses. After all, each verb tense indicates the moment when the action is happening, past, present, or future. And knowing the parts of the sentence helps you conjugate the verbs correctly in each of these tenses. Now I want to know from you, which part of the sentence do you find most difficult to understand? Leave a comment below so we can exchange ideas and help you unravel this mystery. Main tenses. There are 3 main tenses: past, present, and future. Imagine you're telling a story. You can talk about things that have already happened, past, things that are happening now, present, or things that will still happen. Each tense has its importance and its specific use. The past is like a photo album. It allows you to remember moments that have already been lived, tell experiences, talk about people who are gone. In English, we use the simple past to talk about actions that happened at a specific time in the past, like, I went to the beach yesterday. The present is like a mirror. It shows you what is happening now, in the present moment. We use the simple present to talk about habits, routines, general facts, like, I eat breakfast every morning. And we use the present continuous to talk about actions that are happening now, like, I am watching TV. And the future is like a crystal ball. It allows you to imagine what will happen, make plans, promises, predictions. We use will to talk about spontaneous decisions, predictions without evidence, like, I will travel to Europe next year. And we use going to talk about plans already defined, predictions with evidence, like, I am going to study English tonight. But don't be fooled. Each verb tense has its nuances and variations. For example, in the past, in addition to the simple past, we have the past continuous, the past perfect, the past perfect continuous. In the present, in addition to the simple present and the present continuous, we have the present perfect and the present perfect continuous. And in the future, in addition to will and going to, we have the future continuous and the future perfect. To choose the correct verb tense, you need to pay attention to the context of your sentence. What do you want to say? When did the action happen or will happen? What is the relationship between the action and the present moment? Answering these questions helps you choose the most appropriate verb tense. To make all of this make sense, contextualize. Use the verb tenses in real everyday situations. Tell stories, describe scenes, make plans. The more you use the verb tenses, the more natural they will become for you. It's like learning to dance. At first, you feel a little stiff, but over time, you let go and start to have fun. Most importantly, don't be afraid to make mistakes. Making mistakes is part of the learning process. The important thing is to practice, experiment, take risks. Over time, you'll get the hang of it and become more and more confident when using the verb tenses. And then, my friend, time will be on your side. Simple tenses. Let's simplify English and master the simple tenses: simple present, simple past, and simple future. It's like learning the basic recipe for a cake before you start inventing. The simple tenses are like the base of a house. They form the foundation for direct and effective sentences, which convey ideas in an objective way. If you master the simple tenses, you can already communicate in English, express your thoughts, and understand what other people are saying. The simple present is like a portrait of the present. It expresses habitual actions, routines, general facts. For example, I eat rice and beans every day. The sun rises in the east. I live in Brazil. It's simple, direct, and to the point. The simple past is like an old photo. It expresses actions that happened at a specific time in the past and that have already ended. For example, I traveled to Europe last year. She watched a movie yesterday. We studied English last night. It's like telling a story from the past. The simple future is like a ticket to the future. It expresses actions that will happen at a future time. For example, I will visit my family next week. He will buy a new car tomorrow. They will learn English soon. It's like making plans for the future. To use the simple tenses correctly, you need to pay attention to the form of the verbs. In the simple present, most verbs remain in their base form, but in the third-person singular, he, she, it, we add an s at the end of the verb. In the simple past, we add ed to most regular verbs at the end of the verb, but irregular verbs have different forms that you need to memorize. In the simple future, we use the auxiliary will before the verb in its base form. The great advantage of the simple tenses is their ease of use. They are direct, objective, and easy to understand. Mastering the simple tenses gives you confidence to start forming sentences in English and communicate more naturally. It's like learning to ride a bike. At first, you feel a little insecure, but over time, you get the hang of it and start pedaling without fear. To practice, use the simple tenses in your everyday life. Talk about your routines, tell stories from the past, make plans for the future. The more you use the simple tenses, the more natural they will become for you. And then, my friend, English will become increasingly simple and easy. Continuous tenses. Ready to give more movement to your English? Let's take a look at the continuous tenses: present continuous, past continuous, and future continuous. It's like pressing play on a movie and seeing the action happening in real time. The continuous tenses are like a camera that films the action in progress. They express actions that are happening at a certain moment, giving the feeling that the action is in progress. If you master the continuous tenses, you can describe scenes with more detail, give more life to your stories, and communicate with more expressiveness. The present continuous is like a live video of the present. It expresses actions that are happening now, at this very moment. For example, I am studying English now. She is watching a movie. We are learning a lot. It's as if you were seeing the action happen before your eyes. The past continuous is like a film of the past. It expresses actions that were happening at a certain moment in the past. For example, I was working when you called. She was sleeping when the phone rang. We were eating dinner when the guests arrived. It's as if you were reliving a moment from the past. The future continuous is like a trailer of the future. It expresses actions that will be happening at a certain moment in the future. For example, I will be traveling to Europe next year. She will be working at that time. We will be studying English tomorrow morning. It's as if you were peeking into the future. To use the continuous tenses correctly, you need to use the verb to be in the correct tense, present, past, or future, and add the suffix ing at the end of the main verb. For example, I am eating, she was sleeping, they will be studying. The great thing about the continuous tenses is the wealth of detail they provide. They allow you to describe scenes in more depth, give more life to your stories, and communicate with more expressiveness. It's like painting a picture with vibrant colors and interesting textures. To practice, use the continuous tenses to describe what you are doing now, what you were doing yesterday, and what you will be doing tomorrow. The more you use the continuous tenses, the more natural they will become for you. And then, my friend, your English will gain much more dynamism and expressiveness. Now that you know all this, how about leaving a like on this video to show me that you're enjoying the tips? And if you have any questions or suggestions, you can leave them in the comments too. Adverbs and adjectives. You know when you want to make a sentence more interesting, more complete? That's where they come in. That's where they come in. Think of it this way. Basic sentences are like bread and water. Essential, but a little bland, right? Adjectives and adverbs are the butter, the cheese, the special sauce that transforms everything into something delicious. They give color, flavor, and depth to your sentences. Adjectives are the guys who describe nouns. They give characteristics, colors, shapes, and states. For example, instead of saying car, you can say blue car, fast car, comfortable car. Do you understand the difference? They personalize the message and bring it closer to reality. Now, imagine that you want to describe how something is done. That's where adverbs come in. They modify verbs, adding information about time, mode, intensity, and frequency. Like, instead of just saying, he runs, you can say, he runs quickly, he runs daily, he runs a lot. Did you see how they give more details? The magic happens when you put it all together with the verb tenses we've already learned. Remember? Present, past, future, simple, continuous. Now imagine using adjectives and adverbs to boost these sentences. Instead of just saying, I am eating, you can say, I am eating slowly and happily. What a difference! This combination creates multifaceted and interesting sentences that really capture the attention of the listener. It's as if you were painting a picture with words, using vibrant colors and minute details. So, are you enjoying this class? Leave here in the comments what is the coolest adjective or adverb you learned today. Best of all, by mastering adjectives and adverbs, you're preparing to tell amazing stories in English. Think about creating short and engaging narratives, mixing verb tenses, detailed descriptions, and genuine emotions. It's as if you were a master storyteller, capable of transporting people inside your accounts. Imagine describing a scene of a sunny day at the beach, with the sun shining intensely, the waves breaking gently, and the children laughing happily. Or telling about an exciting adventure in a dark and mysterious forest, with towering trees, strange sounds, and wild animals lurking. With adjectives and adverbs, you can bring these scenes to life and make your listeners feel as if they were experiencing it all in their skin. It's a powerful skill that can help you connect with people, convey your ideas clearly and expressively, and of course, have a lot of fun with the language. So, don't be afraid to experiment, to dare in your descriptions, and to use creativity to create increasingly rich and interesting sentences. Remember that English is a powerful tool that can take you to amazing places, and adjectives and adverbs are the keys that open the doors to a world of possibilities. Now it's time to practice. Grab a notebook, a pen, and start writing sentences using adjectives and adverbs. Describe your favorite places, your hobbies, your friends, and family. The more you practice, the easier it will be to use these tools naturally in your communication. Don't forget to share your creations with me. I love to see what you are creating and how you are evolving in your English learning. Together, we can turn your English into something even more amazing. Mixed story. Now, let's talk about how to create dynamic and engaging stories, mixing the verb tenses we've already learned. As if we were DJs, mixing different rhythms to create an irresistible melody. Think of it this way. A story that uses only one verb tense is like a song with only one note. It may be cool, but it gets kind of monotonous after a while, right? The fun is in using the past, present, and future to create a narrative that grabs attention and transports the listener inside the story. Imagine you're telling about a special day in your life. You can start talking about how you felt when you were a child, past, then describe what's happening now, present, and finally share your dreams and plans for the future. This mix of verb tenses brings life to the story and makes it much more interesting. For example, you can start like this. When I was a child, I always dreamed of traveling the world. Past. Today, I'm making that dream come true, getting to know incredible places and wonderful people. And in the future, I hope to continue exploring the planet and learning from each new experience. Did you see how this simple mix of verb tenses makes the story much richer and more engaging? It's as if you were painting a picture with different colors and textures, creating a unique and special work of art. It's not just that. To create even more dynamic stories, you can use different verb tenses within the same sentence. For example, while I was walking down the street, past continuous, I saw a friend that I hadn't seen for years, simple past, and we decided to have a coffee together, simple past. This alternation of verb tenses gives rhythm to the story and makes it more fluid and natural, as if you were dancing with the words, creating a perfect choreography that enchants and excites the listener. To make your stories even more interesting, don't forget to use the diversified vocabulary you've already learned. Adjectives, adverbs, idioms, all of this can be used to give color and flavor to your narrative. Remember, the goal is to let your imagination run wild and let creativity flow. Don't be afraid to experiment, to dare in your descriptions, and to create unusual characters and situations. The more you practice, the easier it will be to create incredible stories in English. To help you fix all this, how about we create a story together? Grab paper and pen and start writing a short paragraph about a special day in your life. Use different verb tenses, adjectives, and adverbs to bring life to your narrative. Essential rules. Think of it this way. Learning all the grammar rules is like trying to memorize an entire dictionary. Impossible and useless, right? The secret is to focus on the rules that you will really use in your everyday life, those that make a difference when chatting, writing, and understanding English. What are these essential rules? Well, to start, let's talk about relative, passive, and conditional clauses. They are like the pillars of a construction, which give support and clarity to your communication. Relative clauses, for example, are used to add extra information to a sentence without making it confusing. Like, instead of saying, I met a man, the man is a doctor. You can say, I met a man who is a doctor. See how it gets more elegant and concise? Passive sentences are used to emphasize the action instead of who does it. For example, instead of saying, someone stole my car, you can say, my car was stolen. This construction is very useful when you don't know or don't want to mention who did the action. Conditionals are like the if-then of life. They express possibilities, conditions, and results. For example, if I study hard, I will pass the exam. They are essential to express your desires, plans, and expectations. Besides these rules, it's important to master infinitives, gerunds, and quantifiers. They are like the tools of a mechanic, which help you to assemble sentences that sound natural and correct. Infinitives are the basic form of verbs, like to be, to do, to go. They are used in various constructions, such as, I want to learn English. Gerunds are verbs ending in ing, such as reading, writing, speaking. They are used as nouns or to express continuous actions, like reading is my favorite hobby. Quantifiers are used to express the amount of something, like some, any, much, many. They are essential to talk about numbers, measures, and proportions. Imagine that you want to write a message to an American friend. You can use everything you've learned to create a clear, concise, and interesting message. For example, hey, I'm planning a trip to Brazil. I'd like to visit some beaches and learn more about the culture. If you have any tips, let me know. See how the essential rules help you to communicate with clarity and confidence? It's as if you had a map that guides you through the labyrinth of English, showing you the right way to go. To continue simplifying your English learning, how about you tell me here in the comments which grammar rule always confused you, but that now you finally understand? Share your experience and help other students demystify English once and for all. Grammar as alphabet. Think of it this way. Each grammar rule is like a letter of the alphabet. Alone, it doesn't make much sense. But when you put several letters together, you can form complete words and sentences. In the same way, each verb tense, each preposition, each conjunction has its place and its function within the structure of the English language. When you understand that grammar is an interconnected and logical system, the combination of rules becomes more intuitive and practical. Imagine you're learning how to build sentences in the simple present. You know you need to use the subject, the verb, and, if necessary, a complement. Now imagine that you want to add an adverb of frequency to your sentence. Where would you put it? If you understand grammar as an alphabet, you know that the adverb of frequency usually comes before the main verb. So, instead of saying, I go to the gym sometimes, you would say, I sometimes go to the gym. See how grammar helps you organize the words and build sentences that sound more natural? Best of all, by simplifying grammar, studying becomes less intimidating and more accessible. It's as if you were removing the layers of an onion, revealing the essential core that allows you to understand and use English more easily. How to apply this view of grammar as alphabet in practice? Well, the first step is to identify the key elements of the English language. Which are the most important verb tenses? Which are the most used prepositions? Which are the conjunctions that help you connect ideas? After identifying these elements, start practicing the combination of them in simple and direct sentences. Use examples from everyday life, real situations, and themes that interest you. The more you practice, the easier it will be to internalize the rules and use them automatically in your communication. Remember that grammar is not an end in itself, but a means to achieve a greater goal, to communicate with clarity, confidence, and expressiveness. Use grammar as a tool to help you convey your ideas, express your emotions, and connect with people from different cultures and backgrounds. With this systematic approach, you'll be ready to identify and correct common mistakes, improving your communication naturally and spontaneously. It's as if you were tuning a musical instrument, ensuring that each note sounds perfect and harmonious. Common mistakes. We have reached the last step of our journey towards fluency in English. Let's talk about the most common mistakes that students make and how you can avoid them. Think of it this way. Everyone makes mistakes. It's part of the learning process. The important thing is to identify the mistakes, understand why they happen, and learn from them. What are these common mistakes that English students make? Well, to start, let's talk about the confusion between to be and to do. These two verbs are fundamental in the English language, but many students have difficulty using them correctly. The verb to be is used to describe characteristics, states, and identities. For example, I am Brazilian. She is happy. They are students. The verb to do is used to express actions. For example, I do my homework. He does his job. They do their best. Another common mistake is the confusion between there is and there are. These two expressions are used to indicate the existence of something. There is used in the singular, while there are is used in the plural. For example, there is a book on the table. There are many books on the table. What about the confusion between to say, to tell, and to speak? These three verbs are used to express the action of speaking, but each has a specific use. To say is used to quote something that has been said. For example, he said he was tired. To tell is used to tell something to someone. For example, I told him the truth. To speak is used to speak a language or to communicate formally. For example, I speak English. He spoke at the conference. Besides these mistakes, many students have difficulty using prepositions correctly. Prepositions like in, on, at, for, to can have different meanings and uses depending on the context. The secret is to study the examples and practice the use of prepositions in sentences and texts. Don't forget the mistakes of verb agreement. In English, the verb needs to agree with the subject in number and person. For example, I am, he is, we are, I do, he does, we do. Pay attention to verb agreement to avoid mistakes that can compromise the clarity of your communication. Now that you know the most common mistakes, how can you avoid them? Well, the first step is to pay attention to your speech and your writing. Record your conversations, read your texts, and ask others to correct your mistakes. The important thing is not to be afraid of making mistakes, but to use the mistakes as learning opportunities. Analyze your mistakes, identify the causes, and look for solutions. Over time, you will become familiar with the flaws and learn to avoid them in the future. Remember that the journey towards fluency in English is a continuous process of learning and improvement. Don't give up in the face of obstacles, stay focused on your goals, and celebrate every small achievement. With dedication, effort, and passion for the language, you will overcome the mistakes and express yourself with clarity, confidence, and authenticity. Conclusion. Hey everyone, we've reached the end of another video. We managed to unravel the secrets of grammar together. See how it doesn't have to be a seven-headed monster? With today's tips, you can already show off in English and communicate with much more confidence. Now, as usual, let's test your super hearing and comprehension. Ready? Write down the secret phrase of this video. Grammar is like Lego. Each piece. Did you get it? Write in the comments what you understood and complete this phrase creatively. I want to see your imagination flying. If you enjoyed this video and want more tips and secrets to boost your English, you already know. Leave your like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell so you don't miss anything. After all, here at Learn English Secrets, we uncomplicate English in a way you've never seen. Remember, with Learn English Secrets, the secret to mastering English is within your reach. Keep improving your skills and uncovering the Learn English Secrets through this video or playlist right here. See you in the next video.